Welcome back to my Michigan-Alabama Rose Bowl. I guess you can call it like a preview, but I'm really just kind of analyzing different aspects of the Michigan game. And today I'm going to focus on four plays, two different players, both on the offensive line for Michigan, because this is going to be an interesting matchup. And you'll see why as I'm hopping into what's going on here. So the first play is going to be for the Michigan left tackle. The first two are going to be about the Michigan left tackle. The second two are going to be about the Michigan right tackle. So we're doing a little symmetry here. So let's hop right into it. We're going to see in the Iowa game, so it's from the Big Ten Championship. You have Michigan, who is up 10-0 here, second quarter, right before the half. First and 10, I guess they're trying to make something happen before they get into the before halftime. But I want you to pay attention to the left tackle, number 73, at the top of the screen. So at the start of this play, it's 11 personnel, one running back, one tight end who's kind of like in an H-back position next to the left tackle. You have three wide receivers, one at the top of the screen, two at the bottom. Iowa is going to rush four, I think, on this play. They rush four. Look at 73, the left tackle. So he starts out, he sees his left guard kind of working on the bigger guy inside. He kind of provides a little help. He sees the rusher coming from the end. So 73 then kicks out there. And Iowa does a little stunt, basically. They kind of bring the other guy around in the loop. So he starts out, looks like he's going to rush upfield. He kind of cuts back around. But the thing is, the left tackle, who is number 73, was helping the left guard, 77. I think he's supposed to stay there and kind of help, like push down a little bit. He lets his guy run through. Like he kind of comes off, and the stunt works. And it's not to say that this is completely on his fault, but just when you look at this play, like he kind of lets the guy run through when he should have provided a little more help. Iowa's scheme here is good, I think. What they did was they ran like a stunt and they kind of disguised it. They had the big guy inside who was over the left guard kind of push inside the B gap there. And they had the guy who was rushing on the outside looking like he was trying to go to C gap, like get on the outside of the left tackle. He kind of cuts back inside. And so the left tackle and left guard had to have good communication here to determine who's going to pick up what and block well on this play. And I think they just did not do that. The left tackle was thinking, I'm worried about the outside rush here. When he should have kind of helped stay inside, especially once they recognized that stunt. And then they would have been able to block this play effectively. But like I said, I was going to start out and say that maybe the left tackle just didn't play what he needed to that well in this play, which to a certain degree that's true, that the left tackle and left guard have to communicate better. Or at the very least, don't let the inside pressure in. Let your quarterback maybe step up in the pocket away from that outside pressure. But I would say Iowa schemed that up well defensively. But what the left tackle should have done in this situation is he should have continued to help out on the guy rushing the inside, especially considering that defensive lineman held them up on the inside and was actually able to break through that the B gap. He shouldn't have let the quarterback take on pressure from that B gap like that. He should have continued to help inside, made the rusher, if he was going to do it, because like I said, this play was designed to be like a little stunt. It was a trick. If that outside rusher was going to be there, force that outside rusher to go around them blocking in the B gap, and your quarterback can step up, get rid of the ball, or scramble. But what the left tackle did was he got distracted by the apparent outside rush and let his left guard get beat in the B gap and made for a beeline to the quarterback. So just notice that Michigan's pass protection can be a bit spotty. Obviously, that's one play, but I noticed over and over again, I'm kind of highlighting that in four plays here. So let's go to the next play and you'll see what I'm talking about. So that's one thing. That's more like a miscommunication thing and not doing what you're supposed to do assignment-wise. Let's just talk about physical capability now. So it's 0-0 in the same game. First quarter, 12 minutes, 15 seconds left. It's 3rd and 4 here. Number 13 is on the Michigan left tackle on this play. I could highlight, what personnel they have. It might be 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, maybe 11 personnel. I can't tell if the guy at the top is a tight end or not. But one running back who's in pass protection as well, next to the quarterback. So look at left tackle number 73 here at the line of scrimmage. He kind of steps out. He kicks back to engage in pass protection. Number 13, though, doesn't try to speed rush him, doesn't try to do a rip move, doesn't try to get inside. What he does is he runs right at him with a bull rush. And the reason why I'm highlighting this play, look how far he gets pushed back. So I'm going to try to count it up as it happens right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 yards into the backfield right in front of his QB. That that's a lack of strength, or I should say, like he wasn't like girding himself that well. Like he's looks like he was on skates here, and the defensive lineman took advantage of that. I think he saw that the left tackle wasn't set as well, and he was able to get pushed into the backfield. Now, to be fair, it still was completed for a first down, but if you can get beat by power like that, and if it happens a lot, then that's the issue, especially on passing situations where Alabama has a pass rusher named Dallas Turner, number 15, who's gotten bigger this year, and I've seen him beat bigger left tackles, namely Georgia's left tackle in the SEC championship game with a bull rush as well, and with a little bit more power than number 13 had here. And so I'm interested to see that match up in the Rose Bowl game. And I don't highlight this. The people say, "Oh, well, this is one play." I would show the play again, but I already kind of highlighted that play for a different reason in the first video of this series that I did, where he also lost against power. And I've seen it a few different times across some games where I've watched this Michigan offensive line. So I just wanted to highlight that point. Not to say that it will be a big story, not to say that he can't win against power rushes, not to say that it will even be a huge factor in the game, but that is something to watch out for. Is that I've noticed that left tackle number 73 for Michigan has lost to the power rush a few times, and also can have some miscommunication issues with that left guard, sometimes with the stunt or maybe some pass rushing scenarios. So let's go to the right tackles. We're going to flip to the other side of the offensive line now. So right tackle is number 52. You have 73 and 52. The right tackle is number 52. And so this is back in the Penn State game. Early in the first quarter, 14 minutes, 22 seconds left. The second play of the game, 2nd and 10. Michigan is in 11 personnel, one tight end, one running back set to the left of J.J. McCarthy. And look at the Penn State guy kind of rushing against the Michigan right tackle, number 52. This play is crazy because basically the Penn State rusher beats 52 out of his stance. Like, he's past him, like at his hips and ready to go up the field by the time 52 is standing up in position to engage him for a block. So that lets me know that 52 doesn't necessarily have the quickness to handle a speedy rusher on that side, or someone who can take advantage of good instincts, someone who can jump the ball pretty well. Like, I imagine, just to give you a little history here, back to 2015, 2016, Alabama's Tim Smith, number 55 back then, he would pop up. He was so fast off the edge. Obviously, we don't have that type of guy now at Alabama, but just this idea of that type of speed is hard to handle. And this right tackle looks like he might be a little bit slow. Like I said, this is one play. I'm gonna show you another one, but this just is something that could be a trend. And so, the reason why this one stood out to me is that it was so apparent. Right, look at how quickly. So before 52 can even get up in his stance, he already has to now be turning. He has to now turn toward the rusher who's getting up the field. And sure enough, he can't get his hands on him. He literally cannot get his hands on him, and that leads to pressure. Now, McCarthy completes the pass and actually ended up getting a first down anyway. Like I said, like, it worked out. McCarthy made a good play, but if that type of pressure consistently comes, there's no guarantee that you can complete a pass every time. So that was something that I noticed. And so you're like, that's one play, Brian. Show me another one. Well, let's do that. Let's go to another play. It's actually the same game. It's 3rd and 8. Actually, it's just a little bit right, not too long after that. 11 minutes, 54 seconds left. Still 0-0. And he can't handle the speed again. Like I said, this is an obvious passing situation, right? So this is 3rd and 8. But number 58 then is going to be against the Penn State rusher here. And how quickly number 33 just gets around him. Like, it's blazingly fast. Like, he's a standing guy, so 52, when the ball snapped, he actually gets out a little bit faster this time. He's kicking out there. So this time he's kind of a little bit more ready. And he's got his hands out. He's getting ready to try to engage the block. But his hands are weak. Like, number 33, like, kind of gives him a little step toward the outside. He makes his way toward the outside, knocks down that left hand. The right hand, number 52, the right tackle can't even get the left hand on the guy because the way he kind of went around it, kind of made himself skinny and kind of dipped the hip a little bit, knocked down the arm, and he gets around him with ease. 52 is not fast enough. He's even trying to hold on to him a little bit, and he can't. Number 33, just that fast coming off the edge to get that sack on J.J. McCarthy. Like, so, right tackle number 52, he looks like he's big, probably a strong guy, but he may not be able to handle speed that well. So if you get Michigan in a lot of obvious passing situations, I'm curious to see what happens when this left tackle and this right tackle are matched up against Dallas Turner and in Alabama's number 41. You have a lot of talented pass rushing linebacker types, and that matchup is going to be fascinating to me in this game. What do you think about that? Like I said, I'm only showing you 4 plays. I've noticed it in a few other places, in a few other games from Michigan as well. I didn't want to just kind of like give you a million plays or like go hunting down the footage for them, but that is something that I noticed. We'll see if it's a trend. We'll see if it's. I always say this. This is not to say that this for sure will happen or that this is guaranteed to be the case or that it even be a big story in the game, but it is something that I noticed, and usually when these things trend, that means that there's something to be exploited, and I'm interested to see what will Michigan do in this situation. Thank you for watching. I'd love to hear your comments below, but I will see you next time.